most guys, I can only speak from a guy's perspective, most guys probably ain't going to befriend a woman that they're not attracted to.
Because most of the time, well, I feel like when y'all became friends because maybe y'all tried to date and it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you figured that out early on before it could have gotten too far. Y'all went on a couple of dates and was like, you know what, we're not compatible. But we can be friends. We can be cool and we can hang out.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like that's probably how that comes about.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Like,
and men are so, we can be so determined, if you will. You can tell a man that, and they gonna still take it as, well, it's still a little hope there. And some women will too.
mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes I advise people to just, man, nip stuff in the bud. Like, don't let stuff linger. You got to be hot and cold with a lot of these things in life, or it can come back to haunt you.
Make it clear and make it plain.
Take two. We was not recording just now. We just did a whole great introduction talking about the transparency of how I'm getting on her nerves and she getting on mine, but we still doing this, and we prayed before we started the show and all that good there. But it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all at the Fullest Podcast, the Fullest Corner Podcast. I just made up a whole nother name for the podcast.
You sure did.
Where we give advice. No, we don't give advice. We give experience, not advice. The best advice comes from experience.
There you go.
And that's how you come back off of not recording.
Yep. There we go. We rolling.
Yeah, we just gave a whole spiel about how I was on her nerves, she was on mine, and how we had to pray before the show started, and just basically breaking down how we wasn't gonna ask each other how we doing, because we, we on that thing. But it's okay. Every couple be on that thing.
At one time or another, it happens. But you know what? You just keep trucking.
You keep trucking.
You keep trucking. You keep going, and just it is what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Anyway, I realized that I wasn't recording when I was about to break down my pregnancy from the last 3 episodes, y'all. I done let myself go a little bit. Kia, she ain't been working out like that either, but she's been able to keep her figure. I however, look like we expecting our third child, and I'm a little better. Like I knocked down a couple pounds, so I'm working on it. That's my goal. Before, I don't know, Christmas, to be back down to the weight that I'm comfortable at.
You getting there?
Yeah.
Consistency.
I just refuse. Listen, y'all, I'm cheap. I refuse to go up a size to start buying more stuff. I refuse to wear extra large. And some of y'all probably looking at me like, yeah, bro, you probably need to do that now. But, hey, mind your business. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here like Trump, lying about my weight. And some of y'all out there lying about your weight and your height after this Trump stuff. I just want to say that.
I don't even know what Trump
Donald
stuff
Trump,
is.
they on his mugshot, he put 6'3", 220 or something like that, which he is a taller guy, but he's probably most likely not 220.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
But it's Trump. What else would you expect?
Some people made me feel better about my weight because, I'm technically overweight for my height. But yeah, I mean, weight is it's a sensitive topic, but at this point in life, like, we all gonna gain. So I feel like
especially
we should all
as you get older.
Yeah.
And don't focus on, as I've lost weight and
on the scale,
and I'm working out and trying to be better.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to be healthier. Don't focus on the scale. Ooh, ladies, especially y'all, because I know that'll cause a whole meltdown, stress session. Just don't focus on the scale, because most of the time it lies.
And you need fat. You got what is it? Red bone marrow, I think red bone marrow or yellow bone marrow. You got both of them. but you need the yellow. You need fat. So, you know, just a fun fact for those of you that don't know. Of course, it doesn't mean, you know,
go crazy.
You know, go crazy on some obesity type stuff, but you need fat, you know, and my body actually does better off of fat.
And you need to eat. Don't be starving yourself.
You need to eat. You need to eat. I get all bloated and just I look bad when I eat a lot of carbs, so that's my deal. Like, I'm not completely keto, but you know, I found that my body does better just off of fat and protein and, you know, a little carbs here and there, because carbs make you feel full.
And see, that's the key. Figure out what works for you. What works for you may not work for somebody else. So you got to figure out your body and what it likes and doesn't like and go from there. That's
a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, I refuse to go into the XL section of men's.
But I went through that when I was a large. I'm like, I'm not buying an extra large. Now I'm a medium. I feel great. I was in a size small shirt the other day, and that was completely foreign to me because I've never, as an adult, been in a small anything.
That's a fact. Y'all used to have me a thick one. Now I got, you know.
I'm slim thick. Don't say skinny. I am not skinny.
Hey, you teeter-tottering.
No, I'm
slim. Teetering over here.
Slim thick. I am not claiming skinny. Not that there's anything wrong with skinny. That's not my goal. Has never been my goal to be skinny. I'm not skinny. I'm not claiming it. Slim thick.
We done literally changed positions. You know, I used to be so just paper thin and, you know.
Completely swapped. I was always the heavier one.
You know, after having 2 kids, you know, it's normal, ladies, to put on some weight, and she put on a little weight, of course, and
I just put on more than I was.
Fine with me.
I put on more than I was comfortable with. Like, I just got to where I was uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
With the way I looked and the fact that I was tired all the time. It was ridiculous. We would go places out of town and be doing all that walking. And I would be exhausted, and everybody else just good to go. That wasn't the life for me.
But I love how this generation embraces, you know, size. You know what I mean? I love that, and I love that people don't have to be, you know, like ashamed and all of that kind of stuff. Like, you know, you are who you are. Like,
yeah, and as long as you are happy with where you are and who you are, that's all that matters. That's the way.
For all of them fat jokes, I done had a gazillion, 4,000,000,000, mamillion skinny jokes thrown at me. So I don't want to hear all that. Us skinny folks or ex skinny folks, we done got put through the ringer too. So I don't even want to hear all that. Go on about your day with that. But yeah, it's all good. God made us who He is, and
we all supposed to be different. Yeah, we all supposed to look different.
Yep. Shoot. None of us the same. But anyway, I'll let you introduce the topic today.
So today we are going to discuss friendships in the relationship. So what type of friendships
of the opposite sex?
If that's okay. How do you feel about friendships of the opposite sex in the relationship? I think this is a topic that has been discussed for a long time. And, of course, everybody's opinion is going to be different. You got to do what works for you.
Definitely.
But it's very important, in my opinion, that you know the person you with, and you know the person that the people they're befriending. Because I feel like, no, regardless, opposite sex, same sex, if you friends with people and y'all don't have the same morals, values, so on and so forth, that ain't somebody you should be friends with, period.
Yeah, and you want to know something funny? I was listening to a podcast, the Social Proof podcast with, I think her name is Donnie Wiggins, and the gentleman's name is David. David, don't give me the butcher in his name. His first name is David though. But and it's a good podcast, but they were talking about something along the lines of this. Their subject was more so on like females leading men on, which these things go hand in hand because, you know, of course, you know, flirting happens, you know, even with completely platonic relationship situations, you know. But yeah, they were talking about how I just drew a blank. But basically, in my opinion, you know, if you had the relationship before the relationship, I feel like as a man you would be more comfortable with it. But if it's something that's kind of a new deal, then it might be kind of a, you know, like why moments. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you already have me. Why do you kind of need a male perspective or a female perspective if, you know, you have that individual?
And see, I'm definitely team no new friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we've been rocking as long as we've been rocking. If you was to say, bring up some random person, oh, you know, me and Susie, you know, been hanging and talking, and, you know, this is my friend. I'm like, hold up, Susie.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I feel like too, as you get older and you get more mature, I can honestly say for me, and y'all forgive me for drawing that blank. I completely forgot where I was going to go with that whole podcast analogy, but it might come back to me, it might not. But anyway, let me stay on course with this. Yeah, for me, I can honestly say that at this stage in my life, being in my 30s, almost approaching our mid-30s, I feel like when you know what you really bring to the table in a relationship, like, it shouldn't bother you, like, really at all what your partner what your partner does or the type of people that they surround themselves around friend-wise, you know. If you were to get a male friend, I would be like, you know, it's kind of weird, but at the same time too, like, we don't have those types of trust issues in our relationship right now. So
no, definitely not.
It's hard to say that I would just be like, Kia, WTF, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like for me, I know how comfortable and what I bring to the table as far as like what I know I can, you know, do for you and the type of information I can give you and all that good stuff. So I'm not too concerned about it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I have some friends that I'm pretty sure you would consider friends, and they're males. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Of course, that's a little different because they're my friends too. But you know,
and see, I feel like there's a difference, like you said there. Mm-hmm. So your friends, their spouses, mm-hmm. we're all friends together. So yeah. there's a difference there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, like you said, I consider your friends my friends. I know, you know, I could talk to them if I needed to, yeah. But I also, so I was just raised different when it came to your spouse and they friends. Like, I'm mm-hmm. still the type to where when his friends come over to kick it, up until recently, I would be in the other room. I was the type, I wasn't going to sit and mingle. Yeah, I told her to
come out and hang out with us, like.
But that's just the mentality that I was brought up with. Like, you don't hang out with your man and his friends because what you doing? Oh, so up until recently did that change. But like I said, I consider his friends, most of them my friends. Like, we don't have no issues.
Exactly.
But as far as like outside friends, like I said, if some random chick, you know, that mm-hmm. came, and it's not even you. Mm-hmm. I'm a woman. I know how women think better than he do. So yeah, he may think, oh, you know, it's nothing. Like we cool. A woman will be plotting the whole time. You know, like it's a whole.
I mean, men are the same way for sure.
Yes. I mean, it definitely can go both ways. But I just know, especially if they single.
Oh yeah.
They see a good man taking care of his family. They see the qualities in him. So not saying all women, but I know there's some. They'll be okay. We're gonna be friends, and then at some point I'll be able to make a move.
Exactly.
You know,
that's definitely a thing. No doubt. No doubt. We happen to live in a city to where, you know, what is it? 18 men to 2 women. So there's not a lot of platonic friendships around here. I feel like when you're in a city where there's more women, you'll get that a lot more, you know, just in my opinion, because women, you know, they feel comforted, they feel protected by men. And around here, it's so many of them that you mostly just see people in relationships and things of that nature. So, you know, it's a toss up where we stay, but in other places, I'm pretty sure, you know, you see a lot of the co-ed friendships and stuff like that. But, you know, it's.
And not saying it's impossible for men and women to be friends and not have an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
As far as, you know that your friend is in a relationship and you not plotting to, you know, tamper with that in any kind of way.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. You know what? I think this is a great time for our little commercial break. We will be right back at y'all in just a second. Bang. Hey, babe, you know what I noticed?
What's that, babe?
That most people that are listening to us on YouTube, I don't think they're hip to the Spotify and Apple Podcasts, etc.
Yeah, I've noticed that. We gotta get them hip to the other side of the podcast.
So if you're watching this, I know you are because you're listening to us right now or watching. Please go and check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those good platforms because we're on them. And I guarantee you it's just as good because it's the same content.
Yeah, y'all go check that out for us. We'd appreciate it.
When you're at work, you know, you're busy, you're washing dishes, it's a perfect way to listen without, you know, having to see us. So thank y'all. Keep on watching. Peace. We are back at y'all. Now we're going to speak about some of our experiences with the opposite sex as far as friendships. And I can't lie, one sticks out to me when we were younger. When we were 19, when I used to hang out with Emmy and Chelsea and them. And funny story, you know, we used to hang out and, you know, sometimes they would come over and hang out with me, Kia, and her sister. And, you know, I never even thought anything of it. You know what I mean? I never thought anything of it. And, you know, they're tremendous girls and they're doing their thing now in life. Shout out to them. But, yeah, it's like I knew that, you know, some of them we had mutual friends, you know, of course, they may have dated a guy or two here and there, you know what I mean? And they, you know, some of them may have been black, you know what I mean? That type of deal. But it's one of those deals, like, I think people see things and they see, oh, y'all hang out, and they assume all these things when it's just like, dang, like people really can't have just friendships. You know what I'm saying? Friendships, real friendships. And
y'all were friends long before I met them. Like,
no.
Right?
It was like at the same, I mean, we were dating before I met them. So. I
mean, but they came, like they started hanging with you and Jarvis, like y'all were all hanging for a while before I met them, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we were in a relationship first, but I think it was like some time before they like came to the house and we.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I know didn't you and Chelsea and them, y'all worked at the daycare, right? Am I tripping? I could have swore she worked at the daycare. You supposed to know this kind of stuff.
Look, first of all, let me speak on this now. My memory is terrible. Terrible.
Mine ain't the greatest neither, but yeah, you be on one. Mine is definitely not sharp.
I definitely don't remember her working at.
I could have swore she worked there because I believe that's how her and Rika got so close. But ask your sister later.
Look, I'm not saying that ain't how it happened, but back to what you were saying. Like a lot of times, that really is how it go. You have outside voices putting more on it, than what it is. So you can't even.
And that's why I brought up the whole like they may have dated a black guy or two maybe in their past, because I feel like people will see something like that. Oh, well, she dates black guys. Okay, they see me and her hanging out or me hanging out with both of them, and they like assume stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is completely wrong and just stereotyping people. But that's the world we live in. You know, we've all done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But once we all did start hanging, like I got to know them. Yeah. And it never crossed my mind that either one of them would try something, you know?
Yeah. And never did it ever cross my mind that I would ever try something with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you know, and it's funny though too, like how people don't, like everything these days is about attraction. You know what I'm saying? Like even to be somebody's friend, it's all about attraction, and that blows my mind. You know, like you can't hang out with somebody unless they could possibly be somebody that you can, you know, mingle with if you're single, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, I'm paraphrasing because, you know, we got children in the house.
But I think that goes to people that always have they feel like they always have to have options.
Definitely.
You know, like if you're the type of person where it's like, if the situation comes up, you know, would they be an option? Yeah, yeah. But that ain't how it should. You should be thinking about it.
Definitely.
You know.
So what experience would you be able to put out in the air?
I have not had a friend of the opposite sex other than you since we got together, if you think about it. Outside of your friends, communicating with your friends. Well,
remember you in London were kind of good friends there for a little bit.
Yeah, he was, but I don't want to say too much, but yeah, I mean, but I think it's.
I mean, was you more than friends? I mean,
no.
That was a long little pause there. That was.
No, I just don't be wanting to speak on other people, other people's situations, you know. But I feel like
that's an example. If I wasn't as confident in myself, I would be like, yeah, what, WTF?
No. Anyway, yeah, we were cool for a while. Like he hung out with my sister and her spouse real tight, and I would, you know,
you
be
had
around.
Friends though in junior, like before we met though, right?
But see, that's what I was gonna say. Like before we met, I don't like the guys that I was friends with in school that I thought we was just friends. Every one of them hit on me. Yeah, yeah. But I feel like that's different because when we were younger.
I definitely know because I was one of them. For sure.
Yeah, but in school, I genuinely thought like, you know, this is my friend. We cool. But then with every one of them, it came to a point where they tried it, and I'm like, but wait, like
every girl that a guy hugged in junior high definitely wanted to do something strange for a piece of change.
Oh my gosh.
No
but
doubt.
Even high school, like before we got together in high school, like it was the guys that I thought, okay, yeah, we just cool. Like, I had no thought of them past that. At some point, it was like,
yeah,
let's hang out.
I feel like as you get grown and you become an adult, that stuff just kind of, it's like a no-fly zone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When you're kids, like I said, most boys that got a hug, you usually wanted something more than a hug, right? Well, as an adult, it's kind of like, yeah, God, don't let this go over your head. Now, this is strictly friendship stuff, you know, quote unquote, with some guys, not all of us, but some guys, yeah, you can't even give them a hug or give them any kind of lead way or lead them on in any kind of way, because we all know what's up with that, you know. But
I feel like a lot of times we know, like, you can tell. I'm not all the time,
yeah,
but a lot of times you know, okay, look, he trying to,
yeah,
he being a little extra.
Well, no, and let me not say that, because yeah, most of y'all good women, I should say, no. But some of y'all who, I don't know, man, some of y'all want some get back at, you know, who you with. Some of y'all are really just a little promiscuous. And I mean this from both sides, not just women. It's men too. I know way more men than women. Like I said, hell, it's 18-1 here in Midland. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it just depends on the person, in my opinion, because, you know,
and then it comes the other side of it. Being friends with someone you once dated.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna get into that. To me, I don't know if I could say that I completely approve of that. That's a little strange.
Yeah.
That's a little strange.
It's very strange.
Now, if y'all dated in junior high, even maybe high school, yeah, we ain't thinking about that. But
as adults,
if y'all like dated like as adults, like, and possibly like live together, that type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta cut that. You gotta cut that like a OT. What's the boy name? OT Genesis. You need to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cut that. Or K count.
Because you have some people that are like, well, if you can't accept my friendship, then we just can't be together. Well, we just can't be together because the odds of something trying to like swing back around.
A friend of mine told me that his mom and her ex-husband are best friends. And I have no issue with you being friends, but the best friend thing kind of is super weird because his, I guess, stepdad is married again. You know what I mean? That's hella weird.
And see, there's that hella aspect strange. Too. Like,
I'm sorry.
If y'all share children,
and if you're watching, bro, I'm sorry, but that's just hella strange, bro. Not to put you out there, but we
ain't saying names. We ain't saying names.
You anonymous, bro, but damn.
But if y'all break up and y'all share children together, like, yes, there has to be some type of friendship because y'all have to communicate with each other for 18 years.
Yeah.
Once that child is grown or of age to where they can, y'all can communicate without that middleman, it's different. But until that child is old enough, there has to be some type of relationship.
Facts.
But at the same time, y'all ain't finna just go be kicking it, just the two of y'all, child nowhere in sight. Like, we come on now. Like,
it's ironic we talking about this because I just seen a picture of Omarion and his baby mama or whatever, the Love and Hip Hop girl. That's why I call all them girls. And they were at Disney World with their two kids. They got girl and boy like us.
And it was just them.
It was just them. And you know how she's dating Taye Diggs right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought it was a little weird, but I guess for the kids, whatever. But yeah, it's and who knows? Like, Omarion may have a girl, and Taye Diggs might have been there. Hell, he might have took the picture. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm just saying, It's just, I don't know if I would want to. It's like people are trying to give their kids, and I know this is completely off topic, but I think people are trying to still give them their kids that experience of having them together but not together. And I think that's unfair.
It is. Like, yes, they should be able to see y'all getting along with each other and being cool with each other.
Yeah.
But first of all, don't give them that false narrative. Second of all, if I'm your spouse, no. Like, we can take a family vacation, all of us together.
But even then, that is a little strange when you really think about it.
I mean, but everybody...
Especially with people with money. Like, I don't need your money to take them to Disney World. I'll take them to Disney World myself.
But I think that's just that goes back to them all being there together. You got your mama and your daddy here. Which, I mean, if that works for you, you know, that's your business. Is it a stretch?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it all falls back to the basis of the topic. Like, is it okay for women and men that aren't together to be good friends, to be cordial? And I'm all for it. I mean, you know, just as long as they're in the understanding of, like, this is not something, you know, that's gonna, this is not like a gateway thing that's gonna lead to something other than what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Back to communication, like we've been saying. Like,
exactly. Long as both parties are in understanding of that, I ain't got no problem with it one bit. You know, like I said, I'm secure with who I am. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah, but I wanted to read an article that I ran across. This study is from the University of Texas at Austin, and it reads, I'm trying to find a good place to start. Both sexes reported the information they received from opposite sex friends. They received, sorry, I paused, this deal coming up. They received from opposite sex friends about how to attract mates as beneficial. Women also reported receiving protection from their male friends more often than men. I'm going to go back to that last part just to explain. Both sexes reported the information they received from opposite sex friends about how to attract mates as beneficial. So that's basically just saying, you know, both, like, if me and Kia were friends and we were both looking for people to date, I give Kia advice on how men think. Kia gives me advice on how women think. We all do it. We do it for our single friends as married people. That type of deal is the way I interpret it. But anyway, moving on. Women also reported receiving protection from their male friends more often than men did from women, and rated it as highly beneficial, which that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. I mean, yeah, women would feel more protected with a man around that's a friend, more so than a woman.
Of course.
You know, that's a given. Where sex was involved, men valued that aspect of friendship more than women. So I'm guessing that it's saying that, like, if they did have some, I don't want to say intimacy because we're going to get into that here a little later.
Extra relations.
Yeah, doing other things, doing some strings for a piece of change, that men were holding that friendship closer than women. And women are kind of just like, whatever, yeah, we did. We just friends now. It's over. We just friends, which is very interesting because men will lead you to believe that it's the opposite.
Completely.
You know? Due to the intimate, emotional, and physical nature of these benefits, maintaining relationships with opposite sex friends while in a romantic relationship can open up a can of worms. Depending on who's complaining, the partner who's unhappy about the opposite sex friendship or the partner who's looked upon with suspicion because they have the friendship, the couple needs to deal with the issues head on. Otherwise, the opposite sex friendship could damage the relationship, even end it. So my deal is, you know, the study is fairly accurate, you know, of course, to each its own. But one thing that sticks out to me is, you know, we all need each other, right? However, it's one of those deals like they tell you to befriend somebody before you pursue them. You know what I'm saying? So the whole deal, you know, my heart goes out to single people because the whole deal is quite confusing to say the least. You know what I mean? Like I said, most people don't even find attraction or they try to convince you that you don't need to, you shouldn't have any attraction to some of your friends, which I'm not really for that or against it, but you know, yeah, definitely.
Because that's when it comes out later. Y'all decided to be friends. Y'all been friends for a long time, and then one try to, you know, push the envelope a little bit one day, and then the other one looking confused and blindsided.
Yep. And you know, I thought that it would be good to explain. I actually wrote down the definition of platonic. It means intimate and affectionate, but not sexual, which I felt like we should, going back to the intimate word, we should break down the intimate part of it. Well, intimate means closely acquainted, familiar, or close. Yeah. So the thing about it is we always like to use intimacy and the word intimate with relationships and couples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that gets me is how in platonic that word is in it. However, we interpret intimacy a whole different way in the real world. If somebody tells you you're intimate with most people are going to take it as, you know, y'all
have slept together.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that right there in itself is pretty interesting to me because, you know, yeah, it's tough out here in these streets when it comes to that type of deal. And the problem is most of these people are starting off their friendships by being by human nature's definition intimate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but like you said, it's different. When you've done that already, it's kind of like.
There's also different forms of intimacy. So like people say all the time, most of the time when a woman cheats, it's because they've had that emotional intimacy with somebody else. So it started there and then it led somewhere else. Yeah. So I mean, you always have those gray areas. So that's, again, you have to make things very clear.
You know, it comes to mind that Drake lyric. I'm paraphrasing the lyric because I can't remember it completely, but it was in that Blue Vandross song when he was like, how the female saw the man and the man gave her a hug and he was like, I know them type of hugs. Saying ish I do to women when I know I used to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what a lot of people out there got going on right now. You know what I mean? Yep. And it's like,
because something so simple as a hug.
Yeah, and I feel like if you got them type of friends, you need to cut all of them off. If you do have a relationship or you plan to have relationships, because that ain't gonna work. Yeah. That ain't gonna work. And you know, like you was talking about how we know, like y'all know when a dude is, you know, trying to get a little closer than he need to. Yep. We also know when, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a little something there. It's a little, you know. Especially because if you didn't gave them some, you know.
Especially as a woman, like if you see somebody that you used to hang with in your past. Maybe y'all never even had nothing going on, but you knew he had a twinkle in his eye for you. And you see that man and y'all embracing us in a certain kind of way. Yeah. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Nah, it's not cool at all. But like I said, you know, I just hope that people can look past those kinds of things and be genuinely friends no matter what a person is. You know, these days, you know, we got the LGBTQ going on, and I'm saying going on like it's not been a thing. People said like it ain't always like been a thing. It's always been a thing. you know, and
it's just now we're in the era of putting labels on everything.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna be one of these people out here that's like, oh yeah, like I can't be friends with this person and that type of person. Man, I could be friends with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I could be friends with a rock. You know what I mean? Long as they treating me right and they're honest to me, like, you know,
exactly.
Yeah, like I don't think we should put labels or nothing like that, or a person has to be a certain type of person, race, color, you know, ethnicity, whatever you want to call it, religion, political group. We should just all, you know, just befriend each other, help each other out when you're in need and all that good stuff, you know, no matter what. Because I tell you one thing, having a woman on your side as a man, I can honestly say, women get ish done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of strong women, especially black women, that get ish done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you happen to be one of them. Like, women can get stuff done, in my opinion, quicker than a man can. You know, especially if they needing to get it done from a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no BSing. You know what I'm saying? And I love to see a woman like that that's about her business and taking care of business and handling business, because ain't nothing better. You know what I'm saying? You're beautiful. You know, you're furious. Not furious. That's the wrong word for it. You're ferocious. There we go. You're ferocious. Some of y'all are furious.
Some.
Yeah. You're ferocious. You get stuff done, and yeah, like I advise women to be more black and white who are like that, because you know what? Then you'll get to see who's really wanting to be your friend truly. You know what I mean?
For who you are and not.
And you can see who can handle the heat. And we all know the saying, can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. So once they get to scattering like roaches, then you know.
And let them.
Yeah, let them.
Shoot, let them scatter.
Same thing for my fellas, man. Like, I ain't here to, you know, bash us or anything, but yeah, man, like, come on, dude. If you got your head in the gutter and you don't want to, you know, just have real relationships and friendships out here. I got a lot of friends that still, you know, looking for their mates and stuff like that. Like, hey, man, love yourself first, and then you go and you find what's out there for you. And you'll meet real friends. You know what I'm saying? You'll meet people who are really for you, let alone a long-term relationship. Yeah. I just want good people. If I was a single man, I just want good people around me. I don't want no snakes, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't need no roaches around me. You feel me? So, yeah, man, we promote good people in any and every aspect of life.
Yep.
Folks that's gonna, you know,
encourage you.
Exactly.
And you do the same. Like, you just need positive people in your corner.
That's
male or female. You just need positive people in your corner. People that's gonna really see you for who you are, accept you for who you are, and be there and support.
We need more friends. Let's say I'm out of town on business. We need more friends that, let's say Kia get a flat. She don't really mess with changing tires. A friend of mine see her. Oh, Kia, you got a flat? Oh, okay, I got you. Get out, help her, send her on her way. And they ain't looking for no happy ending. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that part.
That's what we need more of, is people out here that ain't looking for a happy ending. You know what I'm saying?
Just looking to lend a hand.
Exactly.
When needed.
Hand and be a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just be a friend. It's so crucial, man. It's so crucial. We're here for each other. So, you know, that's what it really boils down to. Male, female, we're here for each other.
Yep.
But I think that's about all I got for today.
Yes.
How about yourself?
I feel like that was a good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
To be had.
Most definitely. And you got stuff to do. I ain't gonna hold you up no longer.
Y'all.
She got places to be, y'all. She is.
No, I don't. I mean, I do have somewhere I have to be later. But this man, he had a whole post about how he was waiting on me.
I was.
But for good reason, though.
Facts.
For good reason. Right or wrong. I had to get our daughter to choir rehearsal. He felt like choir rehearsal ends way before it ends. That's not the case. He asked me to go somewhere and do something after choir rehearsal. So what did I do? I did it. Why? Because my husband asked me to. But that turned into you was taking too long.
Yeah,
what am I leaving out?
She ain't tell y'all how about she woke up late. That's one.
According to who? I didn't have no appointment this morning.
You woke up late. You woke up late. Then, when I got back from working out, I goes and does the dishes. You know what I'm saying? I make sure everything good. When I go get my haircut, come back, it's eggs on the counter. It's a empty creamer bottle. I'm like,
oh, I left the eggs out.
Yeah, you left the creamer bottle. Like, you just... But what she say? Oh, I was rushing.
I was rushing because...
You woke up late.
No, I didn't wake up late. I wasn't paying... I'm going to be honest. I wasn't paying attention to the time. So, my daughter was late to choir rehearsal, and it was my fault. It was my fault. I ain't going to lie. But because I wasn't paying attention to the time. It didn't have nothing to do with the time that I woke up, because I did not wake up late. It's Saturday. I wake up early, Monday through Friday. It was 9:30 when I woke up. That ain't late.
To me, it's late.
It's for him that's late because he gets up at 7 o'clock just naturally.
When me and my brothers was younger, we used to have this saying. We would say this. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You
look.
But anyway, that's just a little BET Uncut for y'all in the Fuller's household.
But again, like we said before, we don't argue, but we do work each other's nerves.
No doubt.
Like, it happens. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
Life
we
goes
get
on.
over it. We always get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gonna look at me upside my head for probably another hour, and then we be all right. Because look, I did what I needed to do.
That's a fact. You got it done. It took a minute, but you got it done.
But ain't that as long as it gets done, right? As long as it gets done, and it got done. So no complaints here. I'm good.
I'm real calculated, and she ain't. That's the real issue. I'm a somewhat calculated person, because I ain't perfect. Like, I leave my shoes around.
You're very time.
Yeah.
When it comes to time, he's calculated. And that's hey, that's one of his traits, his good traits. May not be one of mine.
I used to say I was OCD. You want to know what my pet peeve is now? It's people who say they OCD, and like you go to their house and they got SOC all over the place. Like, no, you're not you're not OCD. You're not. Stop saying that. Please stop saying that.
So we did our pet peeves that first episode. Is that your pet peeve? That's one of your pet peeves for me.
What?
That I just go with the flow. I'm not putting no time on stuff.
It's you got many things that's my pet peeve.
But that's your pet peeve of the day. That's the one that's done struck a nerve today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I'm over it.
Hey, dust off your shoulder, right?
You heard? I'm chilling the rest of the day, so ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Yep.
We gonna jump this podcast off, and I'm gonna buy you Vera wing.
Look, there we go. You said it. But y'all enjoy y'all's day.
Y'all enjoy y'all's weekend, man.
Thank you.
Peace.